Hi there, and good afternoon to my family and friends. To all the family members, greetings to you all. A little change of scenery today. I've got the house to myself, yay! So, I'm just going to do a very short story, part of the horror collection, and this one is in a book which is again by myself, and this is Dark Thoughts. Thoughts from an Eclectic Mind. Short stories and poems to make the reader think, and that's about me and the fact that I'm actually a reclaimed metal sculptor, which is probably what I'm more well known for than writing. I enjoy both very, very much. So, this is a short one. And this one, my friends, is called Harry. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. I will never forget that night late in December. It was an unusually cold night, and there was a dusting of snow covering the lawn in the front garden. Down the pathway from my front door were replica Victorian streetlights, which were lit, and in their glow flakes of snow swirled and danced in the cold night air. The news was on the television, and it was the usual 30 minutes of bad news from throughout the world, and tonight was no exception. There were reports of major disruptions on the roads due to the Arctic weather conditions sweeping the country. Reports from war-torn areas of the world. And of course, news that North Korea had sent yet one more nuclear missile into the air, which had caused the United States of America to threaten them with their usual venom and their need for peace through superior firepower. There had been a second murder in the city in a period of the week. The police were looking for any witnesses as usual to help them with their inquiries. Then the local news came on, and I went into the kitchen to collect my thoughts. As I stirred the liquid in my cup, the thoughts of the news flooded through my brain again, and the recollection that a serial killer was on the loose. As soon as it entered, it passed through again. I returned to the lounge, sat down and took a sip of my drinking chocolate. It was then that I had an overwhelming feeling that I was being watched, but I was unable to see anybody or anything around me. I put it down to my imagination, my love of horror movies. Suddenly my outdoor security light came on. I got out of my chair and walked towards the window. Looking out, I could see that there were some fresh footprints in the snow. I walked through to the back of my house, but could see nothing, and there was no noise coming from the outside. So I returned to the lounge and sat down. Again, I got that feeling that I was being watched. So nervously, I looked up towards the window. And there it was, a face, which was staring directly at me. Then it vanished from sight. Suddenly there was a crashing sound coming from my basement, a sound of glass breaking and something being knocked over. Then silence for a few minutes. I then heard footsteps coming up the stairs from the basement, slowly moving as though treading on each step. The basement door slowly opened, and there he stood, the serial killer. He stared directly into my eyes. His cruel eyes were flashing in light. I stared back at him. Neither was moving. He then pounced, He landed on my chest, his big eyes staring into mine. It was then that I felt the pain of his razor-sharp claws as they punctured my skin. There he was, Harry, the serial killer, the fearless slayer of rats, my cat. He yawned, revealing razor-sharp fangs which had brought about the demise of 1,000 rats. He flexed his claws. His lust for blood had been satisfied, and now his need for attention was being received. He purred, and he meowed as I stroked his head. This serial killer snuggled up against the warmth of my body. Now asleep, his purring grew louder, just refreshing himself before his next visit onto the streets and the alleyways to find his next victim. So there you are, guys. A nice one. You've not seen Harry yet. He's around somewhere. And I'm sure one of these fine days he'll appear on the videos. I hope you've enjoyed what you heard there. I know I'm not the best reader in the world, the best orator. I am trying, very trying, some would say. But thank you all. If you've liked it, hit the like button, leave a comment in the box below, hit the bell icon for any future uploads, and as always at that point, my friends, I will say namaste, and may your God go with you. Thank you.